Hello guys, nice to see you today at our new lesson. Today we will don't do any coding. Today we will install Gradle to our machine to download the dependencies for our project in dynamic way and run our tests via command line in the future. Here is our agenda for today. Today we will cover the following questions. The main features of Gradle. Which version of Gradle should we use for our development purposes? What are the prerequisites for Gradle installation? How to check which Gradle version is installed currently on our machine? How to download Gradle binary? How to configure Gradle environment variable? Let's discuss the main features of Gradle. Some of you may ask me why should we select Gradle as a build tool for our first simple test automation framework. For those who don't know the answer for this question, I would like to share a few major advantages of using Gradle in comparison with Ant and Maven. I will compare these tools with Gradle since all of them are the most popular in the modern Java world along with Gradle. First of all, both Gradle and Maven has expressiveness, declarity and maintainability. Gradle, as well as Maven, supports dependency management. Gradle shows high performance and very scalable builds in comparison with Ant and Maven. Gradle provides standard project layout and lifecycle. We have the option to fully configure the default. This is where it's better than Maven. Also, it's very easy to use Gradle tool and implement custom logic in our project. As well, Gradle supports the project structure that consists of more than one project. It is very easy to migrate from existing Ant and Maven projects to Gradle. Why we need to choose Gradle? Gradle's build scripts are more reliable, expressive and declarative. Gradle's build scripts are written in simple, groovy, no XML. That means it uses own DSL based on groovy scripts in comparison with Maven. It's highly scalable for complex multi-module projects. It provides plugins for most of IDEs, like Eclipse, IntelliJ IDEA, Spring SDS Suite, etc. And it is very easy to maintain even for multi-module complex projects. Now let's discuss which Gradle version we can use. The latest Gradle version based on today is Gradle 8.3. Gradle has 1-2 months release cadence, so from now new Gradle version will be released each 1-2 months. Does it mean for you that you need to learn new Gradle features each 1 or 2 months? Of course not. This can be quite overwhelming. Just imagine how many applications we have to go back and update now. Or how many services in your data center constantly need to be updated due to the most recent Gradle release. It's even crazy to think about how to keep several applications up to date with each new Gradle release each 1 or 2 months, and how much time we will spend on it. As for now, the current version of Gradle that I'm personally working on is 7.3.3. The main reason for it is, according to the compatibility matrix represented by Gradle, Gradle 7.3, and as a result all of its subversions are very good to work with Java 17. It is stable, and a lot of companies still rely on it, and there is no urgent need to upgrade to the newest Gradle version. That is the major reason why we will use this version of Gradle for our video lessons. Now let me show to you how to install Gradle on the computer from scratch. So now we can proceed with Gradle installation. To do so, first of all, we need to verify that we have already installed GDK on our machine. To verify this, I need to go to Start menu and look for CMD, that is acronym for Command Prompt. After this, I hit on Enter key and navigate to Command menu. Then I execute the following command: java --version and see that OpenGDK 17 is installed on my machine. After this, I need to make sure that no other Gradle version is installed on my machine. To do so, I execute the following command: Gradle --version. As you see, Gradle is not recognized as internal or external command. This means we can download Gradle from the internet and install it on our machine. To download the Gradle version from the internet, I go to Google. Here I will look for the following: Gradle releases. Then I click on Gradle releases link. That will redirect me to the page where all most recent releases of Gradle are represented. As you can see, there have been many releases after Gradle 7.3.3, but as we discussed earlier, we will use this version. Now I can see that Gradle 7.3.3 was released in 2021, so it's pretty new version of Gradle. After this, I click on Download Binary Only. Then I select where I will store this folder. I decided to save it to Downloads folder. Then I click on Save button and wait until download is finished. After this, I will go to Downloads folder. As you can see, it is saved here as an archive file. To unarchive it, I go to Extract All menu. After this, I select the name of the folder that will be used after extraction. I select it to be Gradle 7.3.3. After this, I click on Extract button. Then let's wait until extraction is finished. After the extraction is done, we can remove the archive folder. Now let's move our Gradle.733 to disk C program files. The reason why we do this is because downloads folder is the folder that is frequently modified. The folder that is frequently modified have a high likelihood the file or folder to be lost. To prevent this lost file with our important environment variable value stored inside, we need to store it in the place that have very low likelihood to be modified, deleted, etc. So, to do so, I press on Ctrl X buttons and go to local disk C directory. Here, I open program files, and as you can see, we have already GDK17 stored here. So, I just simply paste the new folder here and press on Continue button. Now, we can see that this folder has one more Gradle 7.3.3 inside. Let's remove this redundant layer between Gradle 7.3.3 folder and actual binary storage of Gradle files. To do so, I just cut this file from here, return back to program files, and paste the cut file here. Now, if we open Gradle 7.3.3 folder, we can see that this folder doesn't have redundant empty layer. Our following step will be to go to environment variables section of my computer. To do so, I press on Start menu and look for environment variables. Then I open Edit environment variables menu. After this, I go to environment variables section. Here, I will create one more system variable. Please note that it is important to create the new variable in system variables section, not in user variables for admin. As you can see, we have already Java Home installed here. So, I click on New for system variables section. Here, I will need to call my variable. I call it as Gradle _home. The value for this variable will be the path to the folder where the directory with name bin is stored. So, I just went to the address line of my file explorer and copied the value for this address. Then I return back to system properties section and paste the copied value to variable value section. After this, I press on OK button. As you can see, Gradle home variable is added for system variables. Now, we need to modify path variable. Path variable is the place from which our machine takes all the modifications done for our system properties. To do so, I click on Edit button. You can see that Java_home bin is already here. To add one more new variable here, I press on New button. After this, I use $sign Gradle_home $sign \bin to paste the value of my new variable. To save it, I click on OK button. After this, I click on OK button one more time, and OK button one more time. Then I go back to my open command prompt and execute Gradle --version command one more time. As you can see, Gradle is still not recognized as internal or external command. This caused by the issue that command prompt doesn't catch the changes that we have already done if the command prompt was opened during the process of editing environment variables. To resolve this issue, we need to close command prompt, open start menu, and go to command prompt one more time. In this newly opened command prompt, I execute Gradle --version one more time. Now, as you can see, it says that it has Gradle 7.3.3 version installed on our machine. Also, it says that JVM used for our Gradle is JDK 17. Now, we made sure that we successfully installed Gradle on our machine. Let's discuss what we learned today. We discussed Gradle main features, which Gradle version we should use, what are the prerequisites for Gradle installation, how to check the current Gradle version on our machine, how to download Gradle binary, how to configure Gradle environment variable. Let's discuss what will be the home task for this video lesson. The home task will be to install Gradle 7.3.3 on your machine. To do so, you should manage the following. Verify that JDK 17 is installed on your computer. Download Gradle 7.3.3 binary via the link attached to the video. Move unarchived directory to see program files. Configure environment variable for Gradle with name Gradle Home. Perform command Gradle --version in your command line. Verify that installed Gradle version is 7.3.3. This is everything what I got for you for today. I hope that it was interesting for you to learn how to install Gradle on your machine. Thank you for your attention. See you in our next lesson.